Since the turn of the millennium, SARS, MERS, H1N1, Zika, and Ebola have all demonstrated the increasing occurrences of viruses, making the zoonotic leap from animals to humans. The Preparedness Board was set up 2 years ago by the WHO and the World Bank to break the cycle of panic and neglect, which have seen through multiple disease outbreaks. There has been a recurring pattern of money being thrown at outbreaks when they're already in full flow, but then funds no longer being available to prevent the next outbreak. Reviews and reports are only as good as the recommendations that are implemented. COVID-19 has shown that collectively the world was woefully underprepared. But with humility and togetherness, we can plan for the long term and invest in health and preparedness. This isn't charity. It's an investment in our collective future. In this new report, the GPMB lays out the key lessons the world must learn from the pandemic and the concrete actions we can take to protect ourselves. Let's ensure the recommendations are taken seriously, and together our early warning and surveillance systems are improved so that we quickly and effectively curb outbreaks. This pandemic has shown that whether countries are rich or poor, health systems can be completely overwhelmed and essential services can break down. As I said, many of those countries that responded well have learned from previous outbreaks. On 13 January this year, Thailand was the first country outside of China to record a case of the disease. Thailand's experience with SARS and H5N1 combined with a strong public health and surveillance system gave them the muscle memory to respond quickly to COVID-19. Leadership across government of Thailand and public engagement, supported by 1 million community health workers, helped swiftly scale up an effective track and trace system. This empowered the country to suppress the virus as citizens played their part in breaking the chains of transmission. WHO recently shared a video outlining Thailand's response, and we appreciate Thailand. Developing muscle memory like Thailand did from previous outbreaks is key to pandemic response, and now we need the whole world to strengthen preparedness. From endless warnings about the world being underprepared, all countries need to dig in together and invest to ensure a pandemic of this magnitude and severity never happens again. With the right political and financial commitment and investment now, we can prevent and mitigate future pandemics. In a world that's heating up and where intensified human activity is shrinking wild spaces, the likelihood of spillover of a novel pathogen from animals to humans is increasing. We know for certain that there will be future novel viruses and another so-called disease X. But we also have the tools and know-how that the only way confront these global threats is as a global community, united in solidarity and committed to long-term cooperation. As some countries start to open up, we see cases and deaths starting to spike and concerns about potential lack of hospital capacity. This is a critical moment for countries, and we ask leaders to put targeted measures in place that we know can suppress the spread and ensure that health systems and workers are protected. For people also, we ask you to continue to do the basics: physical distancing, hand washing, mask wearing, coughing and sneezing safely away from others, avoiding crowds, and keeping windows and doors open when you can't meet friends and family outside. Do it all.